By the way, I have a snack here, which I didn't show on the show, but it's fudge covered Ritz crackers. Oh shit.
Enchantment? Enchantment!
That's gotta be the name of the show. Enchantment? Question mark? Enchantment! Exclamation point.
Yes, its adventures are interesting, even if the chances for success are remarkably slim. It would be better to throw oneself off a cliff, I suspect. Does it wish me to leave? I can, though I see no reason to go. No doubt. Without me, it would have to carry its inventory on its own. Perhaps we should continue. Its chances of success are small enough without further dawdling.
I don't like this character. I like this guy.
Enchantment? Enchantment!
What do you wish of me? We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
At your word, Warden. Always, Warden.
I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I want to stay home and play my video games.
Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Oh, thank the Maker. We need help. They attacked the wagon. Please help us. Follow me. I'll take you to them.
Has anybody played this game for a decent amount of time who doesn't like it, and why? Well, I just mean a few hours. I mean, yeah, people will play it for at least a few hours. I mean, if they've bought it. I'm curious. A lot of people are shitting on, like, the look of the game, but I mean, like Mass Effect, for example, had like a horrible frame rate anytime I was in combat. Like horrible. It had horrible texture pop in. Like technically speaking, it was way more jarring than this game is. Yet people are shitting on this game for looking bad. And even on consoles, it doesn't run as bad as Mass Effect did. And you know what? Jade Empire and KOTOR, especially before, people like look at KOTOR with rose-colored glasses, but KOTOR had a lot of technical issues as well. I just don't get it. I think people are so hyped for Mass Effect, they're using Dragon Age as their means of pointing out flaws in BioWare games, and so they can save up all their nerd hype for Mass Effect 2. It's like this is all of a sudden a flaw now because it's not as polished as Mass Effect 2. I mean, I don't know. I think this is the only... If this were the only game coming out this year or, you know, like next year, people wouldn't be as harsh on it as they are now, anticipating, you know, Mass Effect 2 next month or a couple months. The only game from BioWare, I mean. Yeah, I mean, I think it's way easier to do. Yeah, that's right, because space is supposed to look clean and stuff. I mean, yeah, granted, this game does some stupid-ass things, and it's, like, the blood stuff is terrible. But, I don't know, I just think this game has such a much larger scope. Ironically, it being the one that's not in space. Yeah, I agree to that. I think like a clean space station is easier to make look nice than like nature. It's just textures, really. The problem with this game. That's true, yeah. You're not seeing imperfections in, like, space worlds or space stations, but, you know, here it's like, well, that rock doesn't... I don't mean to defend the look of the game, but, like, the way people are harshing on it compared to other BioWare games seems really silly to me. And again, technically it's pretty sound, so it don't make no sense. I think people are still burnt out from Lord of the Rings, and they told themselves that fantasy's not cool anymore. lagging at all? Oh, okay. Next level is mass paralysis. Miasma. While this mode is active, the caster radiates an aura of weakness, hindering nearby enemies with penalties to attack and defense. Movement speed, okay. What does fatigue 5% mean?
As you wish.
I think you should be a mage, Travis. To be completely honest. I think mage has by far the most versatility as well. It's just kind of fun to use to nuke shit. Or you can always, you know, become a shapeshifter specialization and, you know, run around as a spider.
Right ahead.
But I mean, you can control anybody you want. So that's the thing. I mean, like, you're gonna get this character very early on, who's a mage, and if you like her in your party, you could, if you want to play as a mage, you could just choose to control her. I think honestly, picking a warrior is a pretty good class to pick. Because I mean, these are the characters you get first, and you have a warrior, tank, you have a mage, and you get a rogue. So you can sort of be what you want, but if you're a warrior, you could be another frontliner, while these people are sort of off doing their shit. So I don't know, just depends. Mages just have some really cool looking spells. Like I have this virulent walking bomb which I cast on an enemy and they start taking damage over time, and when they die they explode and do a giant ball of blood and gib and gore, damaging enemies around them. Sorry, I'm going all crowd control with my mage at this point. I hear Force Field is one of the best spells in the game. Well, there's different types of rogues. You can make a rogue that focuses on getting close and backstabbing enemies, or just a rogue that focuses on ranged attack. But I mean, you could spec a rogue as duelist and assassin, which makes them a very damaging fighter that can dodge pretty easily or parry and stuff. I'm gonna turn Leliana into a ranger. Rangers get the ability to summon woodland creatures, and I'm going to have her have the summon bear ability. Now the thing is with my mage, I can't decide. I can't fucking decide if I want to go Arcane Warrior and make her be sort of a like a warrior mage or blood mage. Specialization. I wouldn't go Arcane Warrior to actually go up in like melee units, even though you could. More so just to like increase the chances of her not dying and just surviving hits. Is this shit?
My, they're all so eager, aren't they?
Oh my god. How the hell am I supposed to deal with this shit? I didn't even do all my buffs. I wasn't paying attention. I'm glad I saved. Huh? That's pretty crazy. She about to fuck me up. Wait, what happened? Everybody's dying.
Not pleasant.
Oh, what? I rather thought I would wake up dead, or not wake up at all, as the case may be. But I see you haven't killed me yet. Ah, so I'm to be interrogated. Let me save you some time. My name is Zebra. Zev to my friends. I am a member of the Antivan Crows, brought here for the sole purpose of slaying any surviving Grey Wardens, which I have failed at, sadly.
This guy Joseph was talking about. What are the Antivan Crows?
I can tell you that. They are an order of assassins out of Ventiva. Very powerful and renowned for always getting the job done, so to speak. Someone went to great expense to hire this man.
Quite right. I'm surprised you haven't heard much of the Crows out here. Back where I come from, we're rather infamous.
Not for being good assassins, I see.
Oh, fine. Is that what you Fereldans do? Mock your prisoners? Such cruelty.
Who hired you to kill us?
A rather taciturn fellow in the capital. Logain, I think his name was. Yes, that's it.
Why are you telling me all this?
Why not? I wasn't paid for silence. Not that I offered it for sale, precisely.
Were you paid to talk my ear off then?
Consider it something I'm throwing in for free. As it is, if you're...
Were you
planning
paid
the
to talk my
interrogation,
ear off
I have
then?
a proposal for you, if you're of a mind.
I'm listening. Make it quick.
Well, here's the thing. I failed to kill you, so my life is forfeit. That's how it works. If you don't kill me, the crows will. Thing is, I like living. And you obviously are the sort to give the crows pause. So let me serve you instead.
What do you want in return?
Well, let's see. Being allowed to live would be nice and would make me marginally more useful to you. And somewhere down the line, if you should decide that you no longer have need of me, then I go on my way. Until then, I am yours. Is that fair?
Can I expect the same amount of loyalty from you?
I happen to be a very loyal person. Up until the point where someone expects me to die for failing. That's not a fault, really, is it? I mean, unless you're the sort who would do the same thing, in which case I don't come very well recommended, I suppose.
And what's to stop you from finishing the job later?
To be completely honest, I was never given much of a choice regarding joining the Crows. They bought me on the slave market when I was a child. I think I paid my worth back to them plus tenfold. The only way out, however, is to sign up with someone they can't touch. Even if I did kill you now, they might just kill me on principle for failing the first time. Honestly, I'd rather take my chances with you.
Won't they come after you?
Possibly. I happen to know their
Hey, how's the
wily
feedback, by
ways,
the way?
however.
Is there
I can
echo?
protect myself as well as you. Not that you seem to need much help. And if not, well, it's not as if I had many alternatives to start with, is it?
Okay, how's my sound versus game sound? Can you hear the game sound well enough? Can you hear me well enough? Very well. I accept your offer.
What? You're taking the assassin with us now? Does that really seem like a good idea?
Don't worry about it. We can use him.
All right. I see your point. Still, if there was a sign we were desperate, I think it just knocked on the door and said hello.
A fine plan. But I would examine your food and drink far more closely from now on, were I you.
That's excellent advice for anyone.
Welcome, Zevran. Having an Antivan Crow join us sounds like a fine plan.
Oh, you are another companion to be, then? I wasn't aware such loveliness existed amongst adventurers, surely.
Or maybe not.
I hereby pledge my oath of loyalty to you until such a time as you choose to release me from it. I am your man, without reservation. This I swear.
He's level 11?
Blast and damnation!
Yes.
I'm just... What? I'm just gonna steal his armor. don't think his stuff is very good. Better than what I got. Oh, that armor doesn't look as good.
As you desire.
What triggers that event? Is it like Yuffie, kind of random?
Here I am. Here I am. Oh, this should be good. Go ahead. I know little enough of the Dalish other than the fact that my mother was one, or so I was told. She had fallen in love with an elven woodcutter and accompanied him back to the city, leaving her clan behind for good. And there, of course, the woodcutter died of some filthy disease, and my mother was forced into prostitution to pay off his debts. Oldest tale in the book.
Severin, that's horrible!
Is it? It seemed normal enough a tale growing up. No different than the other elven boys in the whorehouse. I didn't know my mother either, of course. She died giving birth to me. My first victim, as it were. We were all raised communally by the whores. It was a happy enough existence, ignoring the occasional beating. Until eventually I was sold to the crows. I brought a good price, so I hear.
And yet you're oddly cheerful about it. I'm so sorry for you, Severin.
Ah, compassion and beauty both in the same woman. It is a delight, truly, though what you say is unnecessary, even if it is appreciated. It could have been much worse. Shall I tell you about what happened to the other whorehouse boys who did not fetch a decent price with the crows? Surely your life has not been so idyllic. People like you and I are not the product of happy lives of contentment, after all.
You can say that again.
My original point is that my mother's Dalish nature was always a point of fascination for me. Through all the years of my crow training, the one thing of my mother's that I possessed was a pair of gloves. They were of Danish make, I knew that much, and beautiful. I had to keep them hidden, of course. As we were
Oh my god, I think I gave away those gloves. Oh my god. Has there been no joy in your life at all?
Oh, there has been plenty. To tell the truth, it is because I expected nothing more. Still, even I eventually thought that it would be better for me if I ran off to join the famous Dalish when one of their clans drew near Antiva city. Naturally, the reality did not live up at all to the fantasies I had constructed as a boy, staring at those gloves. But such is life. Come, enough talk of the Dalish. Let us move on.
Enchantment? Enchantment!
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road. I'm sure you'll be pleased. If there's anything I can...
Wait, why would you need to buy gems? What do they even do? Hey, School, are you still on the fence about this game? And you have a PC that can run it, School? Or are you getting on consoles? I'm gonna turn Leliana into a ranger.
I'm here for you. Of course. Wait, you want to talk about us? Is there something bothering you? Really? You think so? You're so sweet.
What do you need? Ask away. Have you seen the uniform? It's not only stylish, but well made. I'm a sucker for good tailoring.
I thought Templars wore heavy plate mostly.
That's just in public. In private, we have these yellow and purple tunics, right? Much more comfortable, and you don't break the beds when you jump on them during a pillow fight.
You had a lot of these pillow fights, I take it?
On confession day, we could go all night. Being a Templar isn't all about chasing men in skirts and hiding behind priests, you know. You don't really want to know about my being a Templar, do you? It's really quite boring.
I really do want to know.
Poke, poke, poke. Tell me everything about your life, Alistair. All right, if you insist. It's not like we have anything better to do, right? The truth of the matter is that I did hate going to the monastery. The initiates from poor families thought I put on airs, while the noble ones called me a bastard and ignored me. I felt like Al Eamon had cast me off unwanted, and I was determined to be bitter. But I took some solace in the training itself, I guess. I was actually quite good at it.
What did you enjoy about the training?
The education, mostly, but also the discipline. You need to have a disciplined mind in order to use the abilities we have. It was difficult, but rewarding. I never really felt at home anywhere, though, until I joined the Grey Wardens. And Duncan felt my Templar abilities might be useful for when we encountered Darkspawn magic, so I kept it up. What about you? Do you have anywhere you consider home?
I guess my home is with the Grey Wardens now. With you.
It is. I didn't know you felt that way. We won't always be traveling like this, you know. Once the war is over, once the Blight is... well, a time will come when we'll have to think about having a real home again. Though that seems like a far ways off. And I suppose the Grey Wardens are gone for good, either way.
They can be rebuilt.
I suppose you're right. We can create new Grey Wardens, but we'll never get back those we lost. I wonder if it would ever feel the same. Anyhow, now I've sidetracked us. We'd better get back to what we're supposed to be doing right now.
Yes. Speak, then. Then I suggest we move on. I am hardly surprised. Very well. As you wish. Yes.
Indeed.
I gotta go to sleep, guys.